Series 4 of On the Buses was filmed again at Wembley Studios and on location between late November 1970, late February 1971. Nowhere to Go, filmed this is Selwyn Road and Stonebridge, a very much used street to film in this was. The Butler House here is the second location they used for the Butler House in Selwyn Road. The following 3 episodes, there was no external filming locations used. It was all studio shot. Christmas Duty, again back to Selwyn Road. Note the tree there, it's still on the pavement, but it has grown a lot since 1970, and you can see there it is there today. I don't think we would fit a bike around that today anyway. Rear of the bus depot this was filmed at on Redwas Road in Wood Green. As you can see, sadly today the depot is no longer there. That is Omnibus House, the side of Omnibus House in Redwas Road. Redwas Road again looking south. You can see a lot of building work has undergone on both sides of the road here, but thankfully the houses that run along Gladstone Road have remained as was. Heading into the depot now, there's Redwas Road we can see in the background, and again note the building work that has gone on since they filmed this episode in late 1970. Back to Stonebridge again, Selwyn Road, and that wall there still stands to this day. The road hasn't really changed at all either. The L-Bus filmed in Wood Green and Palmer's Green. This is Palmer's Green here. Note the manhole cover in the middle of the road there, which you'll see it still remains there today, but of a different shape. A lot of the trees have been knocked down on the sides of the road here. Houses remain the same. This is just north of the depot in Wood Green, Pellet Grove, Albert Victoria House that is. And you can see it remains structurally very much the same. And the garden fence is still there as well. Back up to Palmer's Green for Wolves Lane. Again, very much the same here. You can notice the drain by the side of the roads there in the same location. Helps pinpoint this location. And here we see the bus stopped on the corner of Wolves Lane and Norfolk Avenue, and you can see that wall with the 3 structures on the sides of the garden wall, which is still there today. The Kids Out Inn, this was filmed in an area of Wood Green called the Scotch Corner. If you look at all the names of the streets here, you can see they're all named after Scottish cities. So here's Perth Road here. And heading past the camera, Perth Road again, note right in the distance that distinctive building, the taller building, used to be a public house. I do believe that's not the case anymore, sadly. Here we see the bus heading down Berwick Road. Note the tree on the left-hand side with a little kink in it. There you go. You can see it's still there today. Obviously, again, grown a good deal as well since 1970. So we see the bus heading along, turning into Stirling Road here. Again, this hasn't really changed at all. A lot more cars parked, obviously, nowadays. And the bus stops halfway along Stirling Road. Note the garden fence in the background and the little path, or curved path, still there to this day, as is the little window next to the door. That's not changed at all. And the nameplate for the house as well, still there. Again, this is the same location, but looking across the road at Stirling Road, look at the background, and that's what it looks like today. Now we see the bus heading back about 200 metres west of Lordship Lane. You can see a bit of building works going on the right hand side there with a new block of residential flats. 3 more episodes now where there was no external filming locations. Obviously this would be in the height of winter time. This was filmed right outside the depot on Lordship Lane. Looking across, I think, to 732 Lordship Lane there. So the car would have been parked just around about, just there a little bit to the left of the bin. And here you see Stan. You can tell this location here today as well, because look right to the very left of shot and note the gap between the buildings. There it is there today. A bus shelter stands there now, bus stop. Wouldn't have been there back in the day. And there were no further external filming locations the rest of the series. As I say, this series, they ended filming towards the end of February 1971, and then they went on to film the first spin-off film on the buses at Elstree Studios.